Everyone, nice to see everybody. Today we're going to be working on some of our literacy, and as my class knows, we go for the letters and the letter sounds each morning. So we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Okay, friends, so our letter of the week this week is the letter K. We have our uppercase K and our lowercase k. Our uppercase K we start at the top. We make a line going straight down. We go to the tip over here, the corner, and we make a line going in to the line and then a line coming out. And that is the uppercase K. The lowercase k is a little smaller, and we make one line going at the top, coming down, a little line going in, and a little line coming out to make our lowercase k. So we're going to work on that this week, my friends at home. Okay, my friends, so it is that time of the day where we go on our scavenger hunt to do letter differentiation. Now, since nobody's here to help me, I went and I found the cards on my own. Here is the letter K. This is, does it go into K or not K? That's right, guys, K. Now I have the next letter, P. Does that go into K or not K? That's right, not K. Next up, again, I have the letter K. Does that go into K or not K? That's right, friends, K. Next up, next letter, is that K or not K? That's right, D. Next up, what's that letter? B. Is that K or not K? That's right, friends, not K. And my last one, letter K. Good job, my friends, for helping me out. Okay, I have my letter K book. Are you guys ready for the clues? This is something that you use to get into your house. It's usually made of metal, and it opens up locks. What do you think it is? That's right. K is for keys. My next one is, this is something that flies up in the sky, and we need wind to make it move. That's right. K is for kite. The next one is, this is a person who is in charge of a country, not a queen, but a, that's right, king. K is for king. This is a type of fruit. It's green on the inside. It's got a brown shell on the outside. It's little seeds. That's right, K is for kiwi. The next one, many of us like this with our fish sticks and our chicken nuggets. This is a condiment that we use. Not mustard, but ketchup. K is for ketchup. This is something that we make tea in. Some of you may not know what this is. I'll show you. This is K is for kettle. And the next one is, this is a cute little type of animal, and it's a baby cat. This is K is for kittens. And the last one, this is an animal that you will see in Australia. It keeps its baby in its pouch. It hops around. K is for kangaroo. Excellent job, friends. Now we're up to our poem. We have the K poem. The K. Kim does karate kicks at the Kansas Zoo. Keep kicking Kim. I'll read it one more time. Kim does karate kicks at the Kansas Zoo. Keep kicking Kim. Okay, so some of you may have noticed that the K makes the k sound, just like the letter C, the hard C. Some words begin with the letter C, some words begin with the letter K. There are fewer words that begin with K. It gets a little confusing there, but we'll start figuring out and knowing how to figure out if it's a hard C or the letter K. Right now, I have my bucket, friends, and I'm going to give you a clue. This is a type of instrument that you blow into, and this is called a kazoo. So we have a kazoo. Another thing I have is something that opens up locks and opens up your front door. That's right. That's a key. This is a type of card, and he is in charge of a country, and he is married to a queen. He is a king. The next one that we have is something that you look inside, you look at the light and you turn it. Not sure if your friends know it. This is called a kaleidoscope, and when you look inside and you twist it, everything looks very different. Very pretty. And the last thing, something that floats in the air that needs wind. And yes, my friends, it's a kite. So we have a kite for the letter K, kite, kaleidoscope, king, key, and kazoo. Hi, friends. So many of you know I'm into engineering and architecture because my son is studying to be an engineer. I have the story called Rosie Revere, the Engineer. This is the story of Rosie Revere, who dreamed of becoming a great engineer. In Lila Greer's classroom at Blue River Creek, young Rosie said shyly, not daring to speak. But when no one saw her, she peeked in the trash for treasures to add to her engineer stash. And late at night, Rosie rolled up her sleeves and built in her hideaway under her eaves. And yes, it is a rhyming book for my friends who always ask me. Alone in her attic, the moon high above, dear Rosie made gadgets and gizmos she loved. And when she grew sleepy, she hid her machines far under the bed where they'd never be seen. When Rosie was young, she had not been so shy. She worked with her hair swooping over one eye and made fine inventions for uncles and aunts, a hot dog dispenser, and helium pants. The uncle she loved most was Zookeeper Fred. She made him a hat to keep snakes off of his head, from parts of a fan and some cheddar cheese spray, which everyone knows keeps the pythons away. And when it was finished, young Rosie was proud, but Fred slapped his knee and he chuckled out loud. He laughed till he wheezed and his eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who stood there embarrassed, perplexed, and dismayed. She looked at the cheese hat and then looked away. I love it, Fred hooted. Oh, truly I do. But Rosie Revere knew that could not be true. She stuck the cheese hat on the back of her shelf, and after that day, she kept all of her dreams to herself. And that's how it went until one autumn day. Her oldest relation showed up for a stay. Her great-great-aunt Rose was truly a dynamo who'd worked building airplanes from a long time ago. She told Rosie tales of the things she had done and her goals she had checked off her list one by one. She gave a sad smile as she looked to the sky. The only thrill left on my list is to fly. But time never lingers as long as it seems. I'll chalk that up to one old lady's dreams. That night, as Rosie laid wide-eyed in bed, a daring idea crept in her head. Could she build a gizmo to help her aunt fly? She looked at the cheese hat and said, no, not I. But questions are tricky and some hold on tight, and this one kept Rosie awake through the night. So when dawn approached and red streaks lit the sky, young Rosie knew just how to make her aunt fly. She worked and she worked till the day was half gone, then hauled her cheese copter out onto the lawn to give her invention a test just to see a ridiculous flop it might turn out to be. Strapped into the cockpit, she flipped on the switch. The Hello Cheese copter sputtered and twitched. It floated a moment and whirled round and round, then froze for a heartbeat and crashed to the ground. Then Rosie heard laughter and turned round to see that old lady laughing and slapping her knee. She laughed till she wheezed, and her eyes filled with tears, all to the horror of Rosie Revere, who thought, oh no, never, not ever again will I try to build something to sputter or spin. or builds with a lever, a switch, or a gear, and never will I be a great engineer. She turned round to leave, but then great Aunt Rose grabbed hold of young Rosie and pulled her in close, and hugged and kissed her and started to cry. You did it, hooray! That's a perfect first try. This great flop is over, it's time for the next. Young Rosie was baffled, embarrassed, perplexed. I failed, said dear Rosie. It's just made of trash. Didn't you see it, the cheesecopter crash? Yes, said her great aunt. It crashed, that is true. But first, it did just what it needed to do. Before it crashed, Rosie, before that, it flew. Your brilliant first flop was a raging success. Come on, let's go get busy, and on to the next. She handed a notebook to Rosie Revere, who smiled at her aunt as it all became clear. Life might have its failures, but this was not it. The only true failure can come if you quit. They worked till the sun sneaked away to its bed. Aunt Rose tied her headscarf around Rosie's head and sent her to sleep with a smile ear to ear to dream of the bold dreams of a great engineer. At Blue River Creek, all the kids in grade 2 built gizmos and gadgets and doohickeys too. With each perfect failure, they all stand and cheer, but none quite as proudly as Rosie Revere. The end. So, my friends, as we're talking about this, Rosie's failure that she thought she had turned into be a success. If you keep building and you keep trying and building things at home, you're only going to get better and better and better at it. Now, I wanted to talk with you about different types of engineering. We've been talking about architects and engineers. Architects design homes and help build homes for people. Now, we have different types of engineers. There are civil engineers, and they work on highways and bridges and tunnels. They're the ones who create those things for us. We have mechanical engineers. Mechanical engineers work on automotives and cars and trucks, and they're building things constantly and changing. So now, instead of just driving a car, they're finding ways where cars can actually start driving themselves. Technology is always changing. There's aerospace engineers that are working on airplanes and rockets and rockets and everything. There's all kinds of engineers. I want all of you to start thinking about engineering and what you can do. Okay. Hi, friends. We're going to count right now. We're going to count from 1 to 30. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now we're going to count by tens to 100. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Now we're going to count by fives to 100. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Now we're going to count by twos. We're just going to do it to 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And now, as my class knows, we count by 25s. And it's short. 25, 50, 75, 100. Now I suggest, like my class likes to do, take out some quarters and you can count by 25s to 100 or $1 using quarters. Count with using your dimes. Count by tens, and you could use nickels to count by fives at home. Hope all of you are having a great time.